doctor.
Your heart needs to be strong to keep up. Flora, for a strong heart today.
Like sand through the hourglass, so are the days of our lives.
For almost 50 years, the tales of the Hortons, Bradys and DeMira family have made Days of Our Lives one of the longest-running scripted TV programs worldwide. Tall, dark and Hollywood, Galen Gehring portrays Rafe Hernandez, an FBI agent with a soft heart. Ariane Zucker plays the sly Nicole Walker, one of the show's most popular villains. And with his legendary eyebrow look and long-standing relationship with Milena Evans, Drake Hodgeston is the beloved John Black. Today we find out more about the days of their real lives. Such a privilege to have great actors in the studio with us today. We've got Drake, we've got Ariane, and we've got Galen. Why don't you give them a big round of applause, guys? Thank you so much. Brilliant. So what would you do with the leading actors from Days? I figured we should give them a bit of their own medicine. They're always putting our hearts to the test with those heart-stopping moments, heartbreaking scenes, heart-throbbing actors. So now we're going to turn the tables and test their heart health today and their knowledge. But firstly, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for your time. You've had a bit of a whirlwind tour of our country. Your first impressions of South Africa and South Africans, Galen?
It's been incredible. Absolutely. I mean, we had no idea the kind of response we were going to get from the fans. I mean, the audience that's here today, it's great. It's been fantastic, overwhelming, really.
You were hugely popular. Did you find the general public wants you to be Nicole, or do they want you to be Ariane?
I'm pretty sure they want me to be Nicole so they can beat me up and stuff. Throw things at me.
My mother was that. She was like, don't talk to her.
I know. Don't talk. So I get that a lot. So you're welcome. Good. You need somebody to throw things at. Otherwise, you know, you're boring. It's boring.
But surely that's not you.
No, I have not stolen a baby today.
But the day is young.
It's only what time? Okay.
Drake, 12,000 episodes in January. I mean, that's going to be huge. How many of those have you done?
Oh, I don't know. I'm close to, I don't know, 4,000, pretty close.
Wow.
Yeah, it's an amazing show. The audience has an emotional attachment to certain characters, and, you know, we just work really hard, and hopefully we won't let you down. But I want to give a shout out to this audience here. You guys are just amazing. A lot of energy. Yeah.
So we are a health show, so let's talk a little bit of health. Worst health habit that you wish you could kick? I'm going to assume none of you smoke.
No.
Okay, so let's just toss that out the door. What do you wish you could kick? A habit that you just don't appreciate?
I drink way too much coffee. It just can't be good for you.
The jury out
I think it
on
rots my... Yeah, what is the...
Some people say it's good, some people say it's bad.
It's a good point.
Isn't
3
it
cups
like
a day,
acidic?
no problem.
You know, or something, or it messes with your acids in your stomach. I don't know, but it does something.
3 cups a day, no
3
problem?
cups a day, no
Three
So
cups is
I'm
good.
like 8 right now. Is that going to be...
This time in the morning? Yes.
Racing right now?
Very much so.
Out of here.
Be done.
Drake, what about you? What's,
I don't have any bad habits.
Okay, well, tell us about your best habit then.
No,
you know.
but I'll tell you what, I'm really serious. I believe in anything in moderation. And it seems in America, at least, their theory is anything worth doing is worth overdoing. And that's where you get in trouble. But you can't stop things in your life. You need to try a little bit of everything. You need to experience that. You got to keep expanding, and you got to keep moving forward. And so that's kind of my theory.
Okay.
So,
would you agree with that, Galen?
I would, actually. Wholeheartedly. I think that we do have I mean, obviously it's well documented that we like to excessively overdo things in the States. I think, you know, eating being a major issue there, and saturated fats.
It's not just the States. I mean, in this country, 60% of South Africans are overweight. So big issue.
66% in America are not overweight, they're obese. And childhood obesity is off the charts.
The biggest issue is heart health. Obesity, key, and we'll come to that now. But what else would you say are the major risk factors that you're aware of? I mean, let's educate our audience.
Stress.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's...
Do you guys
Diet.
experience stress? You do?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right, stress.
Yeah, we have great lives, but definitely there are times when you're on the set, you're like, how am I going to get through all this dialogue? And it's kind of stressful, right?
Yeah.
How am I going to do this
It
green
is.
screen?
I would assume overdoing, you know, drinking and having too much of a good time.
I think single branch chain sugars are probably the worst. and just sugars that are burned instantaneously. It's all carbohydrates. I mean, there's an overload in that, and you got to really knock it off. You got a protein load, and you got to leave your pancreas out of it, so you don't get the insulin in there that like cleans your body out. And you got the sugar buzz, then you got the crash, then your hypothalamus is stimulated for you to go back in the refrigerator, open the refrigerator up. You're not going to reach for protein. You're going to reach for a cookie, and that cycle starts all over again. So
Did
it's
you ever play a role as a doctor in any other kind of life? Because that was that's very
anyway.
good, you know.
It's I think the overload of carbohydrates is probably the worst thing.
Did you have some of that today?
Nah, I had Red Bush tea.
So I tell you what the biggest issue is when it comes to obesity. Have you heard of the waist to hip ratio, or rather waist to height ratio?
You're talking about belly fat?
I am, yeah. What they're now saying is this waist to hip ratio, or rather waist to height, I keep saying waist to hip, waist to height ratio is a far better indicator of heart disease. And really what it is you want your waist circumference to be half of your height. It's as simple as that. You know, BMI, Drake, you would know, is your squared weight of your height, and it's a crazy sort of measurement. For example, if someone is 180 centimeters tall, you want their waist to be at least 90 centimeters, okay? It's as simple as that. Would you like to test Orion's waist and see if she has a decent weight to height ratio? Okay?
I would too.
I would, yeah. But here's the clanger. She's going to test my weight to height ratio. Okay, I don't think it's going to be as good as yours. Yeah. All right. So you're ready?
I'm ready.
And essentially, what this is just a great way to measure your risk for heart disease, because abdominal fat, as Drake was saying, affects heart and your kidneys, as opposed to fat on your butt and fat on your thighs. Doesn't affect your heart. Isn't that good news?
That's a fact.
Yeah. All right. So, Orion, you ready? Let's try this thing. I had a measurement tape. Okay.
Oh, boy.
Stand up.
Oh, dear.
Okay, that's one way to measure it.
Family show.
Okay, so let's just kind of measure it around here.
My goodness.
Oh, that is fantastic.
All right.
Thank you, Drake.
You go first.
Let's do that. There we
All
go.
right.
And we're going to measure you.
But this doesn't
just
count.
like this.
That doesn't
There we go.
count.
This doesn't count. So the way to do that, that doesn't count. You're right. That's tricky, huh?
Mm-hmm. I got an idea.
There we go.
Oh, you got it?
That's perfect. Okay. Now the way you want to do this is you want to measure this just below your kind of lowest rib.
Get out of there.
So lowest rib, highest point of your hip joint, that's where you measure it, okay?
Come on, Doc,
and
that's
if
really
we measure that,
professional.
like 71 centimeters, and you are 180 centimeters, okay? So 70 over 180 is way less than half. I mean,
You
that is
need to eat
fantastic. So that is superb. Anyone else want to try, or are we going to just...
How do you suck in your ribs?
You think Galen would have a good waist to height, huh?
Let's do you first.
Okay, let's do me. There we go. Okay, suck it in, man.
Right in this area. Here we go.
That's it. So I am 182 centimeters, just under 6 foot.
Green side, orange side. It's twisted.
It's twisted again. All right.
I can do this, kids.
Oh, you're doing great.
What do we got here?
So we have what looks like
107 and a half.
That's borderline, okay? It wasn't 107 and a half. Thanks, Galen. You know, you make me look bad. You know?
106. I mean, this is your health we're talking about. We
is
want
I
to be
know,
honest.
I know.
We don't wanna
Thank
cheat
This is
that.
actually an intervention
Okay.
right
So
now.
what could I do, Dr. Drake? Huh?
Yes.
I see. Well, you can't target reduce. You know, you can't just lose something there. You have to lose it overall. So what I would recommend is figuring out your basal metabolic rate, how many calories you need to consume to wake up tomorrow weighing what you weigh right now. And if you want to reduce, you need to cut that by 20%. And then you take those calories and you break them up into 5 meals throughout the day, every 2.5 hours apart. Protein load one day, carbohydrate every third day. It's called the zigzag. And what you will find out you do is that your metabolism starts going into overdrive. Every 2.5 hours, you're shoveling food in. And then you start working out because muscle is metabolically active. Now, if you start to starve yourself, the first thing your body will do is cannibalize itself, and it goes for the lean muscle mass.
That's amazing. We're going to cut to a commercial break, and when we come back, step 2 of the... I got to tell you, given the shape that these guys are in, for all your Days fans, your hearts are in perfect condition, and they're going to be around for another 40, 70, maybe not Drake, but the other two. Guys, after the break, much more to come.
Your heart needs to be strong to keep up. Flora, for a strong heart today.
I want to live the best life.